Zelda! You know the guy. We love him. His little green hat. We grew up with Zelda. Both the guy himself and the franchise. And that direct we just had in the Switch 2 launch had a lot of Zelda. And I was really excited for some of these DLC enhancement things going on in Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom until I noticed something strange. This isn't a negative video. There are some things I'm gonna be talking about that might be perceived that way. There's also a lot of positive, like a brand new Zelda game, Wind Waker coming to the Switch, and enhancements for Tears of the Kingdom and Breath of the Wild. So this video is really my massive excitement for everything Zelda that's happening, and also kind of disappointment at something weird they're doing with these enhanced versions that also ties into the $80 of it all. But first, a lot of you might already be thinking, how big of a Zelda fan can he be? Like, does he really like that little guy running around with the fairy named Zelda? Let me show you. Let me show you where I keep it all. Here's my doggy. There's my little doggy. And then here it is. See, I got this guy. I got Zelda. There he is. Got the little Zelda mans. I got Zelda, there you go, here he is. I got all the amiibos, all the amiibis. I got this Zelda poster as well, this really big Zelda poster here. It was like a really cool present that I got. Whoa, this is awesome. It would really suck if we just like paused and talked about something else for a minute and a half. Surfshark VPN! Oh, that's right, baby, they're sponsoring the video. You've heard about Surfshark VPN, haven't you? I've talked about them enough. Have you got them yet? Have you tried it yet? No? Let me give you even more reasons. So you watching this right now on whatever device you're watching on, you're not safe unless you're using Surfshark VPN. Surfshark VPN protects your information from any prying eyes trying to look at it. Essentially, it creates an encrypted tunnel around all of the data that you're sending back and forth between your computer and the internet. So whether you're at home or on public Wi-Fi, have Surfshark VPN protect you and keep you safe. And then once you have that, here's the fun things you can do with it. You know, Netflix? How about you unblock a worldwide library of content by just taking your location and spoofing your IP address somewhere else. There's a lot of Australian shows that I can't watch that are on Australian Netflix, but with Surfshark VPN, I got them back. You can unblock geo-restricted YouTube videos. They have over 3,000 servers in a ton of different countries. With one Surfshark account, you can use it on unlimited devices, and there's a 30-day money-back guarantee, so there's no risk in trying it out. And on top of that, if you click the link below or go to surfshark.com/beatemups and use code beatemups, I'll give you an extra 4 months for free. They also have a baked-in antivirus, and I love this antivirus. I run it like once a day because it's legitimately saved my ass so many times. I mean it. I use Surfshark. I wouldn't promote something if I didn't passionately believe in it, so please support the sponsors that support me. All right, now this video, this banging video that I promised I'd get you back to, it's gotta wait, because we have one more sponsor. No, we don't. You can get back to it. So, all right, bye. I'll go back now. See, I told you. So now that we're on the same page, let me show you something. We always get these big directs and they reveal a game, and they'll show the game for like 20 seconds. And then if you go to Nintendo's YouTube channel, they might actually upload a longer, more expansive look at the game. And in the case of Zelda, here is a 7.5-minute video of everything enhanced in Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom. This was exciting for me, and as I was watching it, I was like, oh, they added so much. Then I noticed we see the price of Nintendo Switch 2 games now, and we see $80 for Kirby, $80 for Mario Party Jamboree, but then only $70 for Zelda. But these are all enhanced Switch editions. Then I noticed it's only the ones with plus something that is $80. So those DLCs add $10. But that got my gears turning because I was like, wait, no, I just watched a 7-minute long trailer of everything that was added to Zelda, and then I realized something. Nothing was actually added to the game. The visuals we see now are gorgeous. These breathtaking, clear, high-resolution images of Zelda. I literally got dropped from Nintendo. By the way, if you don't know that, I used to be on the Nintendo Ambassador program. I got dropped from them a few years ago for emulating Zelda, and I emulated Zelda because I wanted to get 4K 60 frames, and that cost me my career with Nintendo. But now I can just get that on the Switch. I don't gotta emulate it anymore. They even have a comparison here of the load times between Switch 1 and Switch 2. And holy crap, since I've been talking, the Switch 2 version has already loaded and the Switch 1 is just still ticking along. Improvements like that really go to show how much faster the SSD is here. But I also love that Nintendo didn't really show a ton of comparisons between Switch 1 and Switch 2 other than this load screen. I like that because it doesn't make anyone feel bad. They just want you to see how good this one looks. It reminds me of the PlayStation 5 Pro. The whole trailer is, look how crappy it looks on PS5 compared to how good it looks now if you spend $700. The rest of the trailer dives into this Zelda notes, which the Zelda notes are part of the app. And that's really weird to me. And the more I think about it, the more I'm kind of bummed out about it. Look at everything you get in the app here. So the first one is this GPS, which they showed off in the trailer. It's like turning on Google Maps on your phone while you're playing Breath of the Wild or Tears of the Kingdom. It will literally navigate you. And in this extended trailer, it actually shows you, it'll even tell you to go up.
Your destination is above.
And it will say you've arrived at your destination.
You have reached your destination.
This is the biggest thing, I think. There are going to be parts in the game where if you have the app on and next to you while you're playing and you like walk into Zelda's study, she'll start talking with like an exclusive memory that's never been part of the game content before, and it's the actual voice actress for Zelda.
My study. I found a silent princess in a corner of this desolate room.
Same with In the Depths. You'll get the actual voice actor of Master Kroger. Kroger?
Is this the afterlife?
They've added all these voice lines in from the voice actors for different parts around the world, and like, that's really cool. But why is it in the app? This is really cool content that could have been in the game. I mean, the game itself, Breath of the Wild notoriously, but also Tears of the Kingdom, didn't have much story. It had these memories that lasted a minute each, and other than that, it felt kind of lacking in this way. So to add it is great. To add it in the app, maybe not. This is just one of those things where I feel like 10, 20 years from now, if I want to go back and replay this game, am I going to remember that that was even a feature? Am I even going to care about that? Is the app even going to work and be supported? Is this content going to be lost forever? This is something that so easily could have just been on the cartridge. Some other features they added is when you build something now, you can turn it into a QR code and you can share it with a friend. They mentioned that in the direct, but what they didn't mention is you can actually send your friends gifts. You can turn items into a QR code and they'll be transferred out of your game and into someone else's. Now, to be fair, I don't really know how you could do that without an app, but it's also not something that we really needed. I feel like they're just trying to figure out ways to add more to the app to make it worth it. Then they added like picture editing to the app so you can add more QR codes. If you just really love QR codes. They added like a bunch of stats, like time spent playing the game, enemies defeated, treasure chests open. This is really awesome, and I actually kind of like looking at this stuff when I'm playing a game, but why is it not in the game? They also added achievements in a way with these medals now. There's even global rankings that compare you to other players. This one does feel more appy, I guess. These are actually all really cool things, by the way, can I say? And it will be fun to do some of these things on a second playthrough. There's a daily bonus wheel, randomly scrolls and lands on something that it will add into the game. And in this case, it was health recovery. So you get this like free health recovery item that at any point you can redeem. Then there was the amiibo thing. Again, I don't know why you need an app for this, but after you scan an amiibo 5 times in a row, you get bonus rewards the next times that you scan it. So the app is keeping track of how many days in a row you've scanned an amiibo. After seeing all of this and knowing that every single thing they added to this enhanced version of Zelda is locked behind an app, the only thing they actually added to the game and actually changed was they added an extra save file. That's sick, and that's just given to you for free in the game. One, I was very confused why they're locking actual good content like the voice notes behind the app. But 2, I was wondering why. Why'd you do that, Nintendo? Why'd you do it the way that you did it? Okay, full transparency, this is a re-upload because I realized once I uploaded it, because comments rightfully corrected me, that you don't have to pay to use the Zelda Notes feature. And I thought you did, and I've cut that out of this video now. So the Zelda Notes feature is free, which is really nice. And also, if you're already paying for the Nintendo Switch Online membership, you also get these enhanced versions for free for Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom. So that's honestly, that's all great. I mean, there's a lot of controversy and issues around pricing and Nintendo stuff right now, and I thought I had realized that they had locked some other content behind another paid subscription, but none of that's the case. So my only issue here is that this content is behind an app and it's not in the game, which is still weird, and I still don't really like that. I don't want to use an app while I play, and it's just kind of a bizarre choice. Also, the original title of my video was that the whole pricing thing around the new console is confusing, and yeah, even I was confused. Even I had it wrong and I thought I had it right. I don't know, the whole thing is quite confusing. But other than that, all of this Zelda stuff is great news, and most of this video is actually really positive and me being excited about the new Zelda games and the enhanced editions and Wind Waker. So I didn't want to distract focus from that and focus so heavily on the negative. I got criticism in my last video enjoying the Switch 2 experience that I didn't talk about the price enough. So in this video, I tried to talk about the price more, and it's just a very confusing time, to say the least. And I just wanted full transparency, what I fixed and changed in this video, and that I am very excited for Zelda, and I hope that's coming across. Also, loads of comments about how I got the name of Zelda wrong. Guys, you can't trick me. I know his name is Zelda. All right, cool it is that in this hour-long direct, us Zelda fans, which is why I'm making this video, I'm also sweating a lot, I'm sorry about that. We got 4 Zelda things, technically. I mean, we got Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom Enhanced, but we also got Age of Imprisonment. It is so crazy to me that this direct was jam-packed with so many reveals and announcements that certain huge ones are seemingly just being glossed over. Like, I keep forgetting that a new 007 game was announced for the Switch. Every now and then, I remember we're getting Bloodborne 2. You know what I mean? And every now and then I remember, oh, piss, yeah, we're getting Age of Imprisonment, this whole new Zelda game. I didn't even imagine that this could happen because Age of Calamity is a prequel to Breath of the Wild, and Breath of the Wild is technically a prequel to Tears of the Kingdom. So in my mind, Age of Calamity was also a prequel to Tears of the Kingdom. But now, not only do we have the prequel to the prequel to the prequel, we're also getting a prequel to the sequel to the prequel. Yeah, I got that right. And I think it makes a lot of sense because Zelda, at the start of the game, she goes back in time and she lives all of these memories that we see in the game, which is the same thing that happened in Breath of the Wild. We saw all of these memories and then we got to play those memories. Why can't we go back and play the Age of Imprisonment memories? And to be honest, those memories look way more hype. Like, she went through a whole war. I'm gonna be really curious to see if they can bring Link into the fold. It'll be surprising to me if we have a whole Hyrule Warriors game without Link. And considering, small spoilers, Age of Calamity really had some time-bending, twisting elements that kind of messed with the story, and it was canon but not canon, but also it changed. I could totally see them doing that again and finding a way to send Link back. Also, Hyrule Warrior games notoriously on Nintendo hardware have ran like poop, and Age of Calamity was no different on Switch. Really bad frame rate issues. So, I would love to see Age of Calamity get that Switch 2 enhanced treatment, but I would also like to see this game just utilize the hardware and don't push it too far and just keep the frame rates nice for once. And then they weren't even done. You're making us nickel and dime for some things. We're paying for an instruction pamphlet. We're paying for an app. We're paying for the C button. We're paying for so much. But we've been trying to pay you for years for Wind Waker, Nintendo. I've been begging you to take my $60. And then out of nowhere, they just gave us Wind Waker for free. Now, I know what you're thinking. It's not free. It's behind a paid subscription. I've been asking to pay for Wind Waker, and I already subscribe to the expansion pack. So for me, it's a win-win. And that's how I'm rationalizing it. We're getting Wind Waker for free, along with Link in Soul Calibur. And it only hit me today because I'm really slow. These Nintendo Switch Online games, they add multiplayer, which means we can Soul Calibur 2 online in 2025. I don't think enough people are talking about that or the Aristocrat Boo from Mario Kart. Not enough people have realized this guy exists. And finally, a reason why I'm really happy about all of this end of the day is with this, we have essentially every single Zelda on the Switch family of systems. We'll get to Twilight Princess. Let's talk about moving forward. What if they drop a remake Twilight Princess like next year to hold us over until they make the brand new Zelda? That would be sick. And while I'm here just gushing about Zelda, where do they go now? I don't get a chance to just talk about Zelda in a video for no reason, so give me a second here. I think after Age of Imprisonment, we're done with this iteration of Link and Zelda and, well, who's Link? I mean Zelda, the guy that we like. I don't think we revisit this Hyrule a third time. If, for whatever reason, we do, and we use these same characters, I think they get taken somewhere else, and we have that same, like, open freedom. You can do whatever you want, but this time you're finally exploring a whole new, well, I don't know why I keep singing, like a whole new Majora's Mask type world with different cities and little towns, and the way that this world works is, like, weird and wacky. Maybe it's, like, all twisted and backwards, too. Like, you know, in Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom, we're so used to things working a certain way, like you hit a tree and the tree falls down. What if in this weird, wacky world, you, like, hit a tree and it, like, turns into a cow riding a bike? I don't make the games. What I'm saying is we're so used to the physics. What if in this twisted Breath of the Wild world, nothing works the way you think? It's like opposite land. We get to re-experience this idea of open freedom, do what you want in a world where nothing makes sense. That would be cool. Also, a Wind Waker sequel wouldn't go awry. Or, and my final idea is we're done with everything we've experienced, and Nintendo utilized this new powerful hardware they have, and they give us like a realistic, gritty, Tears of the Kingdom type Zelda, but with brand new, exciting, hard-hitting visuals. You know what I mean? Like, think that weird Wii U trailer that we got all those years ago. But everyone got really hyped up for this really realistic CGI cinematic Zelda in like this gritty style, and then it just never happened. What if we actually got that Zelda? Well, I guess what I'm kind of thinking is like we have Elden Ring on the Switch now with these intricate, crazy bosses and world design and outfits. What if Breath of the Wild inspired Elden Ring, and then Elden Ring inspires the next Zelda? It could still be open world. It could still be free and like you do what you want. Or maybe they even bring back dungeons in some way. But for the most part, it's just... I'm getting too excited. Better than all of that, this new Zelda, this new perfect Zelda that I'm picturing, I'm not buying it unless it has a mobile app attachment. That's everything I wanted to talk about with Zelda. I'm very excited. We don't even know where we're going with this new Switch 2. Remember when Switch 1 came out? You couldn't picture the next 8 years of games that we got and the weird, wacky ways that everything went. I am so excited to see where everything goes on the Switch 2, and especially with Zelda. All right, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. Like, comment, and the next video you'll see from me is me actually playing the Switch 2, so look out for that. Actually, I already uploaded that. I recorded this before I went to New York. Okay. And subscribe if you want. Yeah, right, dollar. Dollar. Isn't that right? Why have you got so much hit? Oh, yeah.